Hello, Youth Alive. Welcome back to this week's episode of Youth Alive. As always, we thank you so much for being here today. We encourage you to sit back, grab that snack, and enjoy while together we get uplifted and reminded what it truly means to be young and alive.
Hello guys, welcome back to Did You Know? And did you know that there is 40 trillion gigabytes of information out there in the internet right now? The question is, how much of that do you know? So today I'm gonna throw out 10 random facts from the internet. So let's see how much of those do you know. Let's go. In Tokyo, there is so many people using the train that they have to hire people to push more people into the trains every day. The oil change of a Bugatti Veyron cost around $20,000 and $25,000. Just by thinking, the body burns 320 calories per day. So if you wanna lose weight, just think harder. Cockroaches hate cucumbers. So cucumbers work as natural repellents for cockroaches. The most stolen book from public libraries is the World Guinness Record. It takes between 300 and 1200 licks to finish a lollipop. Hyenas are more genetically related to cats than dogs. Blowing the birthday candle increases the concentration of bacteria by 1400%. The moon is hit by more than 6,000 pounds of space mass every day. Between your hands and your feet, there is 106 bones in total, which is half of all the bones you have in your body. Wow, how many of those did you know? I mean, it was pretty random, but I hope you guys had a little fun and learned a tiny bit of all the information that is out there for you. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Did You Know? And remember that it doesn't matter if you don't have all the information in your head. All that matters is that we all are Youth Alive.
Hello guys, and welcome to the segment entitled Pick of the Week. Now, we all know about fictional superheroes, right? Some like Superman, Batman, Iron Man, and Captain America. And we all think of their cool superpowers like being able to fly, shoot lasers out of their eyes, and stuff like that. Well, have you ever thought about the most useless superpowers? Let me go first. I think the most useless superpower would be the ability to fly just 1 centimeter off the ground. Can you imagine just being able to levitate 1 centimeter off the ground? I know, it really wouldn't be useful. I mean, it might be fun, I guess, but it wouldn't be much. So that's what I think the most useless superpower would be. Now, let's see what you guys think are the most useless superpowers.
I think that the most useless superpower would have to be magnetic hands, because you could just use a supercharged magnet to attract the metals instead of your hands, you know. The superpower, like having it yourself, it's not really that useful. Like, it's like a one-time or very specific need to have it. Like, it's only in certain situations that you probably use it. You wouldn't use magnetic hands as much as you use super strength, because super strength is needed in more scenarios. So yeah, I mean, in like magnetic hands, it's not really useful in a fight. I mean, I guess you could like attract some like chunk of metal to like hit the person that's like in front of you or something like that. But if they dodge it, then it's all coming towards you, and that's kind of bad. So yeah, sorry, but magnetic hands not the way to go.
I think the most useless superpower would be to turn into a puddle right where you are, and you can't move as a puddle, because if somebody came to step on you or something, you wouldn't be able to do anything and you would just be a single puddle on the floor, and that would be pretty useless.
One superpower I think is pretty useless is the ability to grow, enlarge, or get smaller, I guess. Like you can grow specifically one hand and then shrink it or something. And I think that's pretty useless because I really don't know what you could use it for. And I think there's a lot more better superpowers out there. So I think that one's pretty useless in my opinion.
I think the most useless superpower would be to change an object or a person's color. Because even though it would look really cool, I don't think you could really do that much with it, and it wouldn't really change anything. So, yeah.
So there you guys have it. Those were some of the most useless superpowers our Youth Alive family could come up with. Thank you for joining me in this segment entitled Pick of the Week, and remember that we are Youth Alive.
Hey y'all! Yeah, it's freezing. It's just freezing. And the only thing that I want right now is a huge and a very hot Colombian agua panela.
What is that?
What? So y'all live here with these cold weathers and you have no idea of what is an agua panela? Man, I'm worried about you. You know what? Today, in the works, I will teach you how to make a beautiful and delicious Colombian agua panela. Man, it's too cold. I can't even move. But the weather is so better here at home and with the heater on. At home with the heater on. At home with the heater on. I like that one. I like that one. And like I was telling you today, I'm gonna teach you how to make a quick and delicious, because I really like it, a delicious Colombian agua panela. But first, let's learn what is Colombian agua panela. What is that?
Hi, my name is Brainer, and agua panela is a traditional drink for us Colombians. It's made by sugar canes, and it could also help you feel better when you have the flu. It could be served cold or hot, either or good. So if you haven't tried it, you should go try it as soon as possible.
Thank you, buddy. And yeah, that's true. Colombian agua panela is a traditional drink in my country, and it's really good for these cold weathers. Really good. The ingredients are brown cane sugar and water, and that's it. Of course, we also need a saucepan so we can make the guapanela. And in my case, I usually use cinnamon sticks. It's because just I like it with cinnamon, but the main two ingredients are water and brown cane sugar.
Alright, the first thing that I'm going to do it's cutting the cane sugar. In this case, I'm gonna cut it because it's too much, it's more than what I'm going to use. Now we are gonna turn on the stove in medium. Yeah, medium is okay. Now we are gonna put the sugar cane into the water and the cinnamon sticks. Be careful, you don't want to burn yourself. You can leave it open, or if you are in a rush, you can put the top on. It will be ready quicker. And after you start seeing those bubbles on top of the water, you wait 1 more minute, and there you go. Ready to serve. There you have your beautiful Colombian agua panela.
Alright guys, and this is how you make an easy, quick, and delicious Colombian agua panela. I hope you like it. I hope you make some agua panela at home. Why not? And remember, even it's super cold outside, we are youth alive. It is so good, man. I'm gonna watch my movie.
Hello and welcome back to Upgrade. In the last episodes, we have been learning how we can defend our faith. We have learned about the existence of God, and now we're learning about the veracity of the Bible. That is, we're answering the question, can we trust the Bible even though it's an ancient book? Now, we've learned about how the Bible is reliable and why we can trust it. But now, in this upgrade, we're going to learn what the Bible says about Jesus. So, I sent out a survey to my classmates, friends, and some of the group chats for my classes to see what college students would answer when asked 3 specific questions about Jesus. And here are the results. All right. So 40 people answered the survey, and when asked, do you think Jesus was a real historical figure, 76% said yes, and 24% said no. When asked, do you think Jesus was the Son of God, 52% said yes, and 48% said no. And when asked, did Jesus lie to us when he said he was God, 54% said no, and 46% said yes. So the last 2 questions, we see that it's a pretty even score. We have some questions about whether Jesus is the Son of God, and maybe you've had questions about this as well. So today, we are answering those questions by looking at the more than 300 prophecies the Bible tells us about Jesus. And we're going to take a look at 10 of them. Prophecy number 1. Jesus, the Messiah, was going to be born in Bethlehem. This was prophesied more than 750 years before in Micah 5:2, and later completed in Matthew 2:1. Coincidence? I think not. Prophecy number 2. Jesus, the Messiah, was going to have a messenger that was going to prepare for his arrival. This was prophesied more than 450 years before Jesus' messenger, John the Baptist, in Malachi 3:1, and later confirmed in John 1:6-7. Prophecy number 3. Jesus, the Messiah, was going to be coming from the tribe of Judah. He would be persecuted and pierced in his hands and feet. This was prophesied more than 1,500 years before in Psalms 22:16, and later confirmed in John 19:18. Prophecy number 4. Jesus, the Messiah, was going to be born in a miraculous way from a virgin birth, and this was prophesied more than 700 years before in Isaiah 7:14 and completed in Matthew 1:18. Prophecy number 5. Jesus, the Messiah, was going to be entering Jerusalem riding a donkey. How specific is that? This was prophesied more than 500 years before in Zechariah 9:9 and confirmed in John 12:14-15. Very specific, a donkey. Prophecy number 6. Jesus was going to be rejected by man, his own people. And this was prophesied more than 700 years before in Isaiah 53:1 and 3, and later completed entirely in Luke 4:28-29. Prophecy number 7. Jesus the Messiah would be betrayed, wounded by his own friends. This was prophesied more than 500 years before in Zechariah 11:12, and later confirmed entirely, completed entirely in Matthew 26:14-15 when Judah betrayed Jesus. Prophecy number 8, Jesus' betrayal. The price that they would pay for the Messiah, for Jesus, would be 30 silver coins. This was prophesied 500 years before in Zechariah 11:12 and completed entirely in Matthew 26:14-50, the exact amount that Judah received for Jesus. Not 20, not 50, but 30 silver coins. Prophecy number 9. In Jesus' betrayal, the 30 silver coins that were given to Judah would be later returned to the house of God, despised and returned. This was prophesied more than 500 years before in Zechariah 11:13, and then completed in Matthew 27:3 when Judah decided he was remorseful and returned the 30 silver coins. Prophecy number 10. Jesus the Messiah was going to be oppressed and he would not say a word back. This was prophesied more than 700 years before in Isaiah 53:7 and later completed in Luke 23:9-10. Jesus never said a word back. These are just 10 of the more than 300 prophecies that the Bible tells us that prove that the Bible does not lie to us, that prove that the Bible is 100% accurate when it comes to Jesus. I mean, just a little math for you. The chances of one person to fulfill at least 8 of those prophecies is 1 in 10 to the 17th power of a chance, meaning 100 quadrillion chance. So, help us defend that Jesus is the Messiah, that he has fulfilled every single one of those prophecies, so that when we read the Bible, we can say that it is 100% true that the Jesus that we read about in the Bible is 100% real, and he is the expected Messiah that completed all of those prophecies and came to save his people. All right, everybody, let's recap. These past few weeks, we have been answering the question, can we trust the Bible, even though it's an ancient book? And the answer is yes. And why is that? Well, because the Bible is the only book in the world that has not been corrupted by human error and has been accurately copied throughout the centuries. Number 2, the Bible wrote thousands of years ago about things that have been scientifically proven. Number 3, the Bible writes and tells the truth about ancient civilizations that have been accurately and backed up by archaeological findings. And finally, number 4, the Bible tells the truth about Jesus with its more than 300 prophecies that have been fulfilled. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, we are Youth Alive.
All right, Youth Alive, that wraps up this week's episode. As always, we thank you so much for joining us tonight to our international ministry. We thank you for being a part of what we do here on Youth Alive. And as for everyone else, don't forget to join us next week here at 7 p.m. so we can continue to be uplifted and reminded what it truly means to be young and alive.